I want to do a thing on overshadowing and how to introduce a signal, either a hand signal or a verbal, and the difference between what happens when you do them at the exact same time. So dogs, when you give a signal at the exact same time, so sit, so a hand signal plus the verbal, they will pick the one that makes the most sense to them or the one that's the most salient, and almost always it's your hand signal. So when you're training a verbal, you want the verbal to come just slightly before the hand signal, or vice versa, whichever one they don't know, um, whichever one they don't know comes first. So if they know the verbal but don't know the hand signal comes first. If they know the hand signal but don't know the verbal comes first. And you separate them by a breath in or just a fraction of a second of time so that they can learn both of them or learn the one that's harder. Uh, so for instance, his hand signal down is not very strong. His verbal down is very strong. So I'm going to give his hand signal first, followed by a verbal. So he has to look at me first. Down. Yes, good boy. Sit. Yes, good boy. So his verbals are very strong versus his hand signals. Down. Sit. Yeah, so did you see him jump my verbal? So just before I said his verbal, he was already starting to come up. So that's telling me that he's starting to understand my hand signal. So I'm going to delay my verbal to see if he's actually getting it. Yes, good boy. So there's his first grab on a hand signal. Down. Yes. Down. Yes. Sit. Sit. Yes, good. Down. Yes, good boy. So as he advances, as he keeps doing this, I want to delay the time between when I give my hand signal and when I ask for the behavior and see if he starts to guess. So he'll start to guess, is this what you want? Is this what you want? And if he guesses correctly with going into a down for the hand signal, then I'm going to reward him. Sit. Yeah, good. Down. Yes, good. All right, so let me show you what he's throwing a wave. Let me show you what his wave hand signal is. That's his wave hand signal. So he's getting this and this confused. It'll eventually work its way out, but I do not use hand signals for down. So he's like, what? Down. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Now I did used to teach him, actually I had him on an eye blink at one point. I haven't done that in years, but at one point if I looked just to his toes, he would drop into a down. Let's see if he can still do that. Yes, good boy. Good boy. So that was on an eye twitch that I taught him years ago. All right, so for those of you that have your, are wondering, do I have strong verbals? One of the ways that you can see if you do have strong verbals is to put them in a position that you can see them. So I can see his shadow here. So I'm going to turn my back on him and give my verbal. And if he responds, I'm going to tell him yes while I'm not looking at him, and then turn around and reward him. So I can see his shadow right here. 6. Down. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Super. Let's see if he can grab a sit with the same thing. So I should see his shadow up here. Sit. Nope. Sit. Nope. So I'm going to give him one more try. Nope. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Super. Super. Down. Yes, good boy. Okay, good boy. All right, so here's a little bit for you. Stand. Yes, good boy. Sit. Yes. Down. Beautiful, good boy. Stand. Yes, good boy. Sit. Sit. Yes, good boy. Sit. Yes, good. Down. Good. Stand. Excellent. Back, back. Back up. Good boy. Stand. Sit. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Stand. Yes. Sit. Beautiful. Good boy. Stand. Excellent. Down. Beautiful. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Yes. Good boy. All right, one more time. Ready? Down. Stand. Excellent. Sit. Oh, you cheated. Down. Sit. Excellent. Good boy. Good. Down. Sit. Excellent. Stand. Yes. Good choice. Good boy.